Primary and lower secondary schools revert to the normal curriculum. And in sports, 9-year-old table tennis player Joseph Sebatindira wins USPA January 2024 award. Once again, we are coming to you live, online and on air from Broadcast House here on Nile Avenue. Now, President Yoweri Museveni has been honored with a prestigious social and economic commitment award by the European Corporate Council on Africa and the Middle East. The president was presented with the award today by the Prime Minister, Right Honorable Robina Nabanja, at State House Entebbe. Last week, Right Honorable Nabanja received the award on behalf of President Yoweri Museveni during the ECAM summit that was held in Rome, Italy. Take a watch.
Africa Summit was the first of its kind in Italy to be organized. And so they are trying to look at developmental areas in Africa, like any other continent. They look at Africa as the next developmental area where other European countries must focus. And so during that summit, there was a gala where heads of states were hosted by the president of Italy. And so it is during that time that the president of Uganda was awarded by ECAM. ECAM is the European Corporate Council for Africa and Middle East. Okay. And so they gave him this award for the enormous humanitarian developments he has made here, especially in the areas of refugees, areas of health, and other developments.
Prime Minister Robina Nabanja ending that story there. Now, Vice President Jessica Alupo has called upon the ITESOT of Kenya and Uganda to embrace teamwork and unity for social-economic development. She made the remarks during a one-day private visit to Kenya on the invitation of Right Reverend John Okude Omuse, the Bishop of the Anglican Church of Kenya, Diocese of Katakwa, Kenya, yesterday. Alupo was accompanied by the Emorimori Papa Paul Sande Emolot, State Minister for the Disability, Helen Grace Asamo, over 16 members of parliament hailing from the Ateker people in Teso sub-region. The Vice President, who for the first time entered Kenya through Malaba one-stop border post, was received by His Excellency the Governor of Busia County, Kenya, Dr. Otuoma Nyongesa, and security chiefs and other national leaders from the Kenyan government.
Cultural groups which are God-given to have a bond of blood. We can therefore not squander that chance of having that bond of blood. The best we can do is to use that bond to strengthen our unity as the people of Kenya and the people of Uganda. I know for a fact that the African people are equally connected in many ways.
Today, when you decide to come as a sister, you just cross the border and you come. Just like we also do when we are going to Uganda. Because your coming here is a testimony of what we need to do as people who live on the border to be the East African. We are talking about the East African Federation. I know His Excellency Yoweri Kaguta Museveni has been talking about the East African Federation. And your visit here today is a testimony of what we can do, especially we communities that live across the borders that were brought artificially to us. The Mormor here, Papa Sande, is a Mormor of all Iteso community. It doesn't matter whether you are in Kenya or you are in Uganda. We are one people.
Now, the Forum for Democratic Change, FDC, plans to endorse Dr. Rosemary Aluoch Ogwal, daughter to the late Cecilia Atim Ogwal. Aluoch will contest to succeed late Cecilia Ogwal for Dokolo District Woman Member of Parliament. The seat became vacant after Ogwal's passing away on January 18, 2024. FDC spokesperson John Kikonyogo has told a weekly media briefing. Meanwhile, the president of the FDC, Amuriat Oboy Patrick, has met with the family of the late Cecilia Ogwal.
Spot on all the items, sometimes in falter.
We are in a meeting with the family of the late Cecilia Ogwal now, and we intend to front a candidate, but there are some issues we are still trying to sort out. The chairman of the Electoral Commission will come out and announce the candidate to you, because it's not in my field, but we have a meeting now with Madam Dr. Aluoch Ogwal Rosemary. It is not by accident that she came here. But some of those other questions, details, are going to be answered by the EC. I'm not authorized to go deeper than where I'm authorized to talk. But practically, they are here. We are in some talks, which I can't disclose. I'm not at liberty to disclose. And we think we are going to get a good answer at the end of the day. And Madam Cecilia Ogwal has come up to approach us about it. Nobody has approached us. In case someone comes, you know what we do in FDC. We sit them down. If they don't agree, we go for for primaries. But that will be a last resort because we don't have time. We don't want to waste time on this one.
Yes, we are still discussing. After arriving at the conclusion, we shall inform the country. But discussions are still continuing.
Just watch this space, I suppose. That's all I can say for now. But thank you so much for your time and also for your interest. Yes, the people of Dokolo. Thank you so much.
Now, police in Amunda district are investigating circumstances under which 4 people who were traveling in a Toyota Harrier registration number UBP 601Q were shot dead by unknown assailants on Sunday, the 4th of February 2024 at around 3:30 p.m. along Lemusui Road. Now, the police in Amudat identified the deceased as Umaru Binyota Mukwere, 34 years old, Mugwere by tribe, a businessman and resident of Namusi, Mbale, Northern Division, Mbale City. There was also a 40-year-old Umaru Waise, who is from, I beg your pardon, there was a 25-year-old Ramadan, a boy, a Mugwere by the tribe and resident of Namusi, Mbale, Northern Division in Mbale City. There was also a 28-year-old Basi Mubaje, a Mugisu by tribe, a resident of Namusi, Northern Division in Mbale City. A source which preferred anonymity told UBC 13 cartridges were found at the scene of crime and some business calculations on a piece of paper. Karamoja police spokesperson Mike Longole says no arrests have been made so far, and investigations are still ongoing. The bodies were taken to Amudat Hospital mortuary for post-mortem.
Yesterday evening, around 3:30, we registered a murder by shooting, which occurred in Amudat along Katabok Lemusui Road, where some 4 businessmen were killed. And when we visited the scene, we managed to recover some tangible evidence at the scene of murder, and we really call the court to stop this habit if they are the ones who have done this, because we have already launched the investigation. Our investigation will reveal who exactly killed these people. It's really a sad incident.
What are the names of
Now, the government of Uganda has initiated negotiations to rescue 3 Ugandan fishermen abducted by the authorities of the DRC on the waters of Lake Edward. Now, based on police preliminary findings, the 3 had crossed the Ugandan boundary, which prompted action by the Congolese authorities. We have more in this story.
The 3 Ugandan fishermen abducted by Congolese authorities at Lake Edward include Bernard Kalonji, aged 46 years, Joseph Aturinda, aged 31, and Bernard Byabagambi, aged 34, all residents of Renshema Bujumbura sub-county, Rukidi district.
We always have conflict on these lakes that border Uganda and the DRC over fishing rights and waters.
It's alleged these fishermen had crossed the Ugandan border during their fishing activities. Government has initiated negotiations to rescue these abducted Ugandans.
Continue to concert efforts with the RDC and the Commandant Marines for the safe return of 3 fishermen.
The Territorial Police in Greater Masaka arrested one Sekaiba Ishaka on suspicion of being an ADF collaborator. Sekaiba was intercepted at Motokula border while crossing to Tanzania with bomb-making materials.
This is a man who has been closely monitored by our joint border security team based at Motokula. They had profiled him and kept on watching his movements. So he was found in possession of an assortment of electric wires and security lamps.
In Mayuge district, security rescued 83 children from being trafficked. These were collected by non-government organizations by the names of Namo Mission Uganda. 3 suspects arrested, including Namgenyi Justin, the executive director of the organization, Chimbawa Hakim, and Chirevo Musa.
We are going to try to locate the parents of these 83 children and also establish the circumstances under which they handed over their children. They need to learn to do some bit of due diligence. You don't just hand over children maybe because somebody has promised a bursary which you are even not sure of.
Meanwhile, as the academic year begins, police caution school administrators on the fundamental safety and security measures, including examining children's health and well-being upon return.
The fact that some children are subjected to abuse and torture within their homes, we recommend that all children are examined, especially boarders, upon their return to school for any signs of child abuse during their holidays and so on.
Parents are advised to collaborate with schools in training children on self-defense upon meeting strangers. Patricia Nandago and Rogers Komagum for UBC.
Matters pertaining to education now, and primary schools and lower secondary level have reverted from the abridged to normal curriculum that they have been using for the last 2 years. The curriculum had been designed to catch up with the lost time during the COVID-19 lockdown. A curriculum specialist from the National Curriculum Development Center, Mulumba Mutemba Matthias, told UBC that the normal curriculum provides knowledge that everybody should learn and is accompanied with practice when one has the time.
Across the country that commence on 5th of February, both primary and lower secondary levels will start teaching the normal curriculum that involves enduring learning and practice, which are all done when one has time. When COVID-19 hit the country in March 2020, Ministry of Education and Sports and National Curriculum Development Center made home materials, but because they were not accessed by everybody, when schools were starting, they prepared an abridged curriculum with essential concepts that was taught to learners until end of last year.
Knowledge which everybody should learn, it is in the normal curriculum. But in addition to what everybody should know and should be enduring as your learning achievement, we have practice that is accompanying the enduring learning. That practice can only be done when you have time. If you don't have time, Now you focus on the essential.
The learners in primary 1, 2 and 3 are to readapt the thematic curriculum whose language of instruction is local languages, and those in senior 1, 2, 3 and 4 are to be taught in the new lower secondary curriculum.
So, as Curriculum Development Center, we selected the essential concept for each class and we developed the abridged curriculum, which we have been using for 2022 and 2023. Now all of those learners who were affected are now back to the normal curriculum which was rolled out in 2007. Those learners, we made an abridged curriculum which combined the senior 1 work and the senior 2 work. And we managed to do that because we are following concepts and constructs. And so the concept is a big idea or a global idea that somebody who is in senior 2 should not miss.
Mulumba, a curriculum specialist at NCDC, explains how the thematic curriculum is being implemented since 2007 and how recruitments for teachers to teach local languages are done.
The children, when they are moving away from the home, to have a smooth transition to school. For upper primary, we have the teaching and the medium of instruction in English, and this starts in primary 4. However, in primary 1, 2, and 3, English is a subject such that the learner starts to acquire a number of words they will be able to use when they reach primary 4.
Learners in senior 5 of 2022 used the normal curriculum since they had not missed, while the senior 6 learners in 2022 were only taught with the abridged curriculum until end of 2022. National Curriculum Development Center has revealed plans of changing the primary level and higher secondary level curriculum since they were designed by the British colonial masters and need to be changed every 5 years given the changing world.
And people who can be useful socially and economically, people who can contribute to the tax base. And to inform the stakeholders that around August, September, we were moving around the country to collect information about the primary curriculum. We had already collected some information about the upper secondary.
However, one key thing that accompanies teaching and learning is how to use the time at school, which the timetable from Ministry of Education and Sports and NCDC takes care of.
3:30 and 5, the learners or the pupils are supposed to do activities. During our time, we were doing handicraft, we're doing debate, we're doing games and sports. All of these were key things to develop us as holistic individuals.
I'm Nafka Farida and Dan Lugemwa in Kampala.
Today was the official reopening of schools across the country as learners in pre-primary, primary and secondary levels resume studies for the year 2024. Parents have been urged to ensure their children return to school promptly as the new curriculum in secondary schools is being introduced.
The head teacher, Rukidi Kiijanangoma, highlighted the significance of learners reporting to school on the first day.
Who are still at home definitely are going to lose out. And this one being a new curriculum, any day you miss, it can count negatively on you. Because whatever is covered, whatever is scored, will have to contribute to the final grade come senior 4. So this message goes out to all the parents and the students who are still out there to ensure that they report to school.
A student at Kololo Senior Secondary School, Chibwese Angela, was excited for being back at school.
That I am here on the first day of school, and it is so nice because I have a lot of friends that I've seen again since I last saw them last year. So it's a new year, I've seen them, and there's so many other people that I've seen in my class. There is a good turn-up of all of them.
At Buganda Road Primary School, the deputy head teacher, Naluwega Florence, shared details about the first day of school.
We have received 582 boys and 588 girls, giving us a total of 1,170 children. As the beginning of the term, day one, they have tried to come.
Private school administrators in Bushenyi district have appreciated the government's efforts. They say the government has provided equally both private and government schools with textbooks for the new curriculum materials. At Kana International School in Kashozi, Bushenyi district, students have already resumed classroom lessons with an emphasis on practicals setting off.
We are willing as a school to receive more and more, and also, of course, very more books from them and computers, by the way, because
as this term is concerned, I'm so prepared that I'm going to do well as far as sciences are concerned and all the things.
At Igara Secondary School in Chamuhunga, the school's director, Dr. Tumusime Stephen, applauds government support towards private schools, but seeks extra support like laboratory equipment.
Materials, yes, we are giving us, but not quite enough. Another area, because of the economy, would be very grateful if they also give us instructional materials like lab equipment.
As schools officially reopen nationwide, teachers emphasize discipline. Education community urges students to approach the new academic term with a focused mindset. I'm Navka Farida and Brian Biaruhanga.
Now, Uganda Lubricants, a Ugandan company situated at Namanve Industrial Park that deals in, among others, automotive passenger car motor oils, motorcycle oils, heavy-duty diesel engine oils, hydraulic oils, gear oils, transmission fluids, industrial gear oils, turbine oil and transformer oils, remains committed in its strategic mission to protect Uganda's vehicles on the road and those within the East African community through the production of quality general petroleum lubricants. Now, the company remains committed through its mission to combat adulterated lubricants with genuinely crafted products sourced from global partners.
Lubricants has been providing support to the local community, providing them with jobs and training them as skilled workers. The company also supports the students in part-time jobs who continue with their studies at universities and also covers their expenses and tuition fees. Despite its corporate social responsibility agenda, Uganda Lubricants has contributed immensely to the growth of Uganda's lubricant market due to rapid industrialization. This has driven the demand for both automotive and industrial lubricants in the country. The company manufactures automotive passenger car motor oils, motorcycle oils, heavy-duty diesel engine oils, hydraulic oils, gear oils, transmission fluids, greases, industrial gear oils, turbine oils, compressor oils, and transformer oils. The company has diverse supplier locations across Europe, Asia, and America. These strategic partnerships ensure access to a variety of quality raw materials, each chosen for their unique properties. Through its global partnership, Uganda Lubricants deliver diverse raw materials to its processing and manufacturing facility in Namanve. Here, rigorous selection process and quality checks are performed before acceptance. Once the selection process and quality checks are completed, skilled technicians of Uganda Lubricants embark on a blending exercise where they carefully combine different raw materials and additives to create lubricants with specific performance characteristics tailored to diverse applications. To ensure quality of their products, technicians here emphasize stringent quality control measures in place and conduct laboratory tests and inspections to ensure every batch meets or exceeds the Uganda National Bureau of Standards and international benchmarks. Despite its contribution to improve Uganda's lubricants industry, Uganda Lubricants, under its corporate social responsibility, it has focused on empowering local communities. At the processing plant, its employees proudly contribute to the production process. Here some of the employees say how their jobs have supported their families and empowered individuals. Beyond Uganda's borders, Uganda Lubricants has played a significant role in enhancing trade cooperation among the East African Community trade zones, with the demand of its quality products attracting regional attention. The company is not only protecting Ugandan vehicles, but also expanding their reach to neighboring countries, fostering regional economic growth. Investing in the future, Uganda Lubricants remains committed to a continuous investment in technology, personnel, and sustainable practices as they encourage viewers to choose their products, supporting Ugandan innovation and contributing to a brighter future for the region. Timothy Sibasi, UBC TV.
Timothy Sibasi, thank you so much for that story there. And of course, tomorrow will be Tarehe Sita celebrations, and we expect the main celebrations to be held in Bugwedi district at the local government headquarters. And our reporter Ivan Kahwa is on standby right now to give us the latest in as far as the preparations are concerned. Ivan, hi and welcome, and give us a brief of what is going on right now at the venue.
Rukidi Kiijanangoma. My name is Ivan Kahwa, and we are broadcasting live from Bugwedi district. We all know that the events to mark the 43rd Bugwedi district, that is tomorrow. As of now, it is only preparations ahead of the celebrations tomorrow, and most of the activities, I could say, including bringing forth the tents and even many other seats, are already still ongoing here. The microphones and all the music systems are being tested, and of course, you do remember when you talk about the UPDF, you do talk about security matters, and we have seen the presence of some of the security operatives having meetings in preparation for the activities that are really going to happen tomorrow. This is one of the days that is very significant to this country, Uganda. We all do remember that it was tomorrow in 1981 when the late General Eli Tumwine fired the first shot, or the first bullet, which sparked off the guerrilla war protracted struggle that took exactly 5 years until 1986, when the NRA took over power. And until then, when the NRA was reconstituted to form the Uganda People's Defense Forces, that is when we also saw some of the commanders coming in to command the army. We understand that the first commander actually was General Eli Tumwine, but that was during that previous army, the NRA. But of course, after the reconstitution of the NRA into the Uganda People's Defense Forces, we saw people like Major General Mugisha Muntu, that is the president of the movement or political party. We also saw the likes of General Katumba Wamala. Then we also saw, there are quite a number of them, and at least there are 7 in number, including the current State Minister for Internal Affairs, that is General David Muhozi. We also see the Minister for Works and Transport, General Katumba Wamala. All these have commanded the UPDF, including General Aronda Nyakairima, who passed on, and also General Kazini, who also passed on. So the UPDF has significantly grown since 1986, and statistics do indicate, and I am sourcing this from the Ministry of Defense and Veteran Affairs sources, where the UPDF at least now has over 45,000 personnel, including about 35,000 who are on reserve. The constitution of the UPDF has continued to grow, and the Chief of Defense Forces, that is General Wilson Mbasumbadi, has always emphasized that the UPDF has moved from merely fighting, having battles, into other programs that lead to social economic transformation. Perhaps that is why we are seeing the Uganda People's Defense Forces coming in to support in quite many ventures, name it construction, and even corporate social responsibility, offering health services, including many of the projects that the UPDF has been part of. Look at the Entebbe International Airport, the Nambole Stadium. all these projects that have been part and parcel, or the UPDF has had a component into it. The UPDF has also involved themselves in other activities that aim to improve the livelihoods of the veterans. We all know and understand that the UPDF does really have quite a number of veterans, and to ensure that their livelihoods are enhanced, the UPDF put forth a desk at the Ministry of Defense and Veteran Affairs, and that is where most of them are being supported in terms of both funding and supporting them in terms of benefiting from the government programs that are put forth so that they can also have a livelihood. So the day is tomorrow, and the celebrations for this year will be marked under the theme of celebrating the peaceful struggle of unity, security and peace for the Ugandans out there. Until tomorrow in the morning, that's when we shall be giving you more updates, and the head of state, His Excellency retired General Yoweri Kaguta Museveni. Take you back to studio.
Thank you so much, Ivan Kawa, for that update. That is, of course, our reporter Ivan Kawa, and he is at the venue, the main venue, where the Tarehe Sita celebrations will be held tomorrow, and of course, giving us a background why it is called Tarehe Sita. Thank you so much once again, Kawa. Now, in relation to that, the UPDF Army under the 5th Division Command have agreed to work with Lira city authorities to clean up the city. The UPDF were in their early pre-activities in Lira city ahead of Tarehe Sita celebrations due tomorrow in Bugweri district. Take a watch.
No, they hadn't prepared, but
even if
we talked to Chief Twamugambe tugenda kola link.
The UPDF 5th Division Commander today led the army in cleaning public facilities in Lira City. The army was joined by police, city leaders, media and members of the public. At Lira main market, the army removed all litter in and around the main market. The army also cleared blocked drainage lines and dealt with the plastic waste poorly disposed by the vendors. Katungi then addressed the vendors through the market radio station.
The climax of cleaning. Tomorrow it will be a celebration.
This was part of the pre-activities ahead of Tarehe Sita.
So if we are a people's force, how do we give back to them in terms of what in the corporate world you call corporate social responsibility?
So you are your matek. Utia bear, the chuko do ngachil, da kwa yo chatwil wadani o medek da meda, da yo no bino konyo akedo o medek kanu.
The city authorities have decided that they will take it through the council and it will be mandatory, and we as UPDF, we are pledging. That has nothing to do with Tarehe Sita, but every month when the city is cleaning, our soldiers based in this area will be joining and we shall be cleaning our city.
The army and Lira city authorities agreed for the two to clean the city every month.
Peelings from cassava, from cabbage, from tomatoes, from potatoes. These are animal feeds. So we are wasting an opportunity. So there's another person who has come in who is now buying off this and using it to make fertilizers, animal feeds, and that's where we want to be. Our only problem, which is beyond us as Lira City, that we are asking the government to take steps, is to ban the production of Kavera in this country. That is the only thing we are left with. What you see littered around is only being hidden in Kaveras. If we dealt away with Kavera today, we would have a different environment.
Tarehe Sita, also known as the 6th of February, is the day National Resistance Army, NRA, led by Yoweri Museveni, launched an armed rebellion against the government of Milton Obote in 1981. Eddie Olwa, UBC News.
Thank you so much, Eddie Olwa, for that story there. Of course, we'll remain with Tarehe Sita preparations momentarily. And of course, they are due tomorrow in Bugweri district. But now the military police has conducted activities in major hospitals in Kampala city. The commander of military police, Brigadier General William Bainobjisha, called upon Ugandans to cooperate with the army as they celebrate this year's Tarehe Sita.
Several army departments under the military, including the military police, rapid response unit and 7 Hills, have conducted a number of activities, including cleaning and sensitizing the public as a way of drawing more closer to the civilians. Among the cleaned hospitals included Chirudu, Mulago, in Zambia, among other hospitals in Kampala metropolitan area. Brigadier General Wilson Bainobjisha, the commander military police who headed the activities, urged Ugandans to keep working together with the army, even after the main celebrations of Tarehe Sita.
Because we work together with the community and we are able to defeat all these who are trying to create an instability in our country, even our neighbors. We are supporting them as our brothers and sisters.
Dr. Sumta Nabawanuka, the Director of Clinical Services at Zambia Hospital, applauded UPDF for portraying the image of People's Army.
I want to thank you for the discipline that you have put in the army. We appreciate this. And we will continue praying that you continue working, progressing, and help us in the nation to keep peace.
The Director of Chirudu National Referral Hospital, Dr. Charles Kabugo, empowered the army, citing that the close relationship between the army and the hospital has increased the number of people who come to the hospital.
We are very glad that they chose Chirudu to come and work here, and as part of this, we over the years we have worked extremely very closely, and it has helped us a lot in linking the hospital and these forces, but also with the community at large.
Tarehe Sita is commemorated every 6th February since 1985 in remembrance of the liberation struggle that brought the NRA-NRM government into power. Deborah Namamonde, Michael Bakabulindi, UBC News.
Uganda People's Defence Forces joined with the Uganda Police and Uganda Prison Services to clean Kitgum municipality ahead of Tarehe Sita celebrations tomorrow. Local residents in Kitgum municipality rejoiced over the years of good working relationship they have with the UPDF.
Kitgum municipality, we are delighted to witness Uganda People's Defence Force cleaning Kitgum main market and other part of the town, as well as donating blood.
The forces that we have today, we can mingle with the forces, you are free. This used not to happen during a means time. So we give credit and we admire the army today. Very professional, very down to earth, and in for community activities. It means a lot to see a man, someone like a colonel, army officers on ground holding the brooms with us and sweeping with the people.
Daniel Orama applauded UPDF for working with the community.
Those days, the forces of the country, the partnership with the community was too poor, but one of these days, the UPDF are very friendly people, very developmental, even in the society where we come from. Their participation, their involvement in our social, economical, and political development of this country is really remarkable.
Commander of 505 Brigade in Lamoa and Kitgum district, Colonel Patrick Opera, says UPDF has been using most of these pre-event activities to deepen their relationship with local community.
You see, to do better, you must know where you came from. Yeah. And that is why we are telling them the story. Where we have been was not a good history in this country. And you remember that even our own army, the former one, before this government, I don't think they would mingle even with the population here. Only mere seeing of uniform, I think everybody would have even closed and moved home. But then today, we are trying to tell the people that we are together because we came from them and they must understand that we are with them. And even after this service, we shall also go back to them.
Cyrus Orient urges the leaders of Kitgum municipality always organize and make it a routine activities with different stakeholders in the district to participate in cleaning the town for a healthy well-being of the community.
If you look at our environment, if you look at how our garbage is, if you look at how our polythene bags are all over these places, you'll understand the significance of Tarehe Sita activities, the pre-activities in Kitgum. Yeah. When I look at our brothers and sisters in uniform moving around, cleaning the places, it tells us we as a local community, we are not taking this activity seriously. We should have been the one actually doing this, not even the military. So I think it's time for us to step up our game.
Metu Bus Industries, Namamve, the manufacturers of buses for transporters, schools, tour operators, and special purpose vans and any customized vehicle. Metu Bus Industries offers a range of buses known for safety, comfort, and reliability. Depending on your needs, a bus can simply be a point A to point B people mover with just seats, or a special design that includes power outlet, Wi-Fi, television, refreshment center, and any other specification. Buy your buses from Metu and support industrialization of Uganda. Contact us on 0788 118586 or 0782 030303. Email us metuafricabus@gmail.com. Visit our website www.metubusafrica.com.
Fred!
Osmosis.
Freddy! Fred Dollar, my boss, CEO Inojo, the general of generals, the conqueror of conquerors, the first and the final, the sky above the skies, the promised land, the terms and the conditions, the international king crocodile, the source of the Nile.
I don't have money today.
Just take a polite loan of 200k to stock my shop. The signs and symptoms of success. The bank commander, not the bank teller.
Why hassle for a loan when you've got MTN Momo? We're sorting. Use the Momo app or dial *165*5# for all quick loans. Choose from the different loan options from our partners and get one that works for you. Together, we're unstoppable.
Have you packed more of its Harbour jelly and Harbour foam? Yes, we packed. It will protect your skin from skin rashes. More of its pack. It is a new improved more of its Harbour jelly. So soft and smooth. It is a more of its Harbour jelly.
Tell me, kids, the scent. Any irritations? No more rashes and irritations. Movit Herbal Jelly and Herbal Soap is rich in natural herbs for a smooth and glowing skin.
Movit All Day Confidence.
The government of Uganda and the Uganda Bureau of Statistics is calling upon all stakeholders such as the chief administrative officers, city mayors, resident city commissioners, city clerks, city and division councillors, wards and LC chairpersons, as well as the residents and business communities to cooperate with the UBOS field teams as we embark on advanced preparations to conduct the National Population and Housing Census on the 10th of May 2024. The census will be a 10-day exercise to obtain statistical data and information that will be used for planning and policy formulation, including information on 1. How many we are, 2. Where we are, 3. How we are living, 4. What we own, and 5. Where we access services from. The Uganda Bureau of Statistics has now started listing of households and mapping in the 11 cities of Arua, Fort Portal, Gulu, Hoima, Jinja, Lira, Mbale, Masaka, Mbarara, Soroti, and in the Greater Kampala comprising of Kampala, Wakiso, and Mukono districts. For more information, please call 0755 342 128 or 0773 342 128. This message is brought to you by the Executive Director and Census Commissioner, Uganda Bureau of Statistics. Census 2024. It matters to be counted.
Ebiseera by'okuzaayo abaana mu masomero tebiteekwa kukaluubiriza n'akatono. Eno kusimba nnyiriri mpanvu kano kalipagano ka bidduka. Simanya kuzunga na banka siripisi. Kati osobola okusasula school fees z'omwana wo ate n'okola n'ebirala ntoko ku ssimu ye ey'omu ngalo. Ekikola kyangu nnyo. Nyiga bunyizi *185*8 ogoberera ebikulagiriddwa oba okozese app ya MTN Momo. Ate kati okola ki olwaleero? MTN Mobile Money Uganda Limited erunganisibwa banka enkulu eya Uganda.
Hi Fifi, how are you?
I'm fine. Baby, whenever I eat chips and chicken, I feel stomachache, joint pain and body weakness.
My dear, go to Timex Nutrition Center and learn the best food for your body. And get treatment according to your blood group.
Are you sure?
Yes.
By the way, do you know your blood group, genotype, and how much you need to exercise? Come to Timex Nutrition Center for professional advice on how to manage your health and immune boosting. At Timex, we treat diseases like diabetes, arthritis, ulcers, obesity, pressure, and many more. For details, find us at our headquarters in Kampala on Nasa Road, Conrad Plaza, 2nd floor. We also have a branch in Barara, or call us on 0758 819952 or 0778 288361. Timex, be your own doctor.
Get ready for the sizzling Power City and get back to school edition. Prep your child for school and win big. Just shop for their school essentials, download the Power City and get app on your phone and submit your e-receipt fiscal document number. There you have it. A brand new refrigerator, a shopping spree, the newest electronic devices, or even a fantasy family vacation may be yours for the taking. With each electronic receipt you submit, you get closer to the prize. To enter and win, your e-receipt must have a fiscal document number, a QR code, and a verification code. Shopping becomes an exciting adventure with URA. Wangula name pa e-receipt.
Uganda Revenue Authority. Developing Uganda together.
Hi, my name is Dennis Masindo Nyango, former Uganda Cranes captain and goalkeeper. My kind of a tank at home is a Crest tank. I use it at the farm and at home. I recommend it for everyone.
Are you a parent or guardian looking for a good and affordable school for your child? Look no further. Mandela Senior Secondary School, Hoima, is the answer. It is a boarding mixed senior secondary school offering arts and sciences. We have good science and computer laboratories, a fully stocked library, and registered with the Ministry of Education and Sports with the center number at an affordable fee structure for every parent. To register your child with Mandela SS in Hoima for the year 2023, call 0772 411 921 or 0771 850 217. Mandela SS Hoima, caring to achieve.
Welcome back from that break, and this is News Tonight here on UBC TV. I am Rukidi Kiijanangoma. Now, Uganda Cancer Institute has called upon the public, urging everyone to join the fight against the spread of cancer. According to the institute, Uganda sees approximately 34,005 new cases of cancer each year, making it a pressing public health concern. In a recent address at the Uganda Media Center, officials from the Uganda Cancer Institute underscored the urgency of the situation.
Continues to be a significant health challenge in Uganda, with new statistics shedding light on the severity of the situation. However, the situation is compounded by the fact that only a fraction of these cases Roughly 20% make it to the Uganda Cancer Institute for care.
Mulago campus, which is UCI Mulago, we see between 6,500 and 7,500. And at our Mbarara Center, the Western Uganda Regional Cancer Center, we're seeing about 1,200 new cancer patients every year. And the commonest cancers, of course, haven't changed. Most of our cancers here, the commonest is cervical cancer. Cervical cancer, you know, is infection-related. It's a cancer of women and still the commonest over the past couple of years. And then we have prostate cancer being the commonest in men. And also about 10% of all the new cancer cases we see occur in children. So about 600 to 700 new cases of cancer in children are admitted at the Uganda Cancer Institute every year.
According to the Uganda Cancer Institute, an estimated 56% of all new cancer cases and 70% of cancer-related mortality occur in low and middle-income countries like Uganda. So, everyone must join the fight against the spread of cancer. Awareness, early detection, and access to treatment are crucial in combating this epidemic.
It's really an opportune moment for us, as I said earlier, to also review some of the key policy direction that our government is taking, and this is actually being led by the Uganda Cancer Institute.
A number of people think cancer is not curable. So it is the job of Uganda Cancer Society to bring together cancer survivors and demonstrate to the patients and even us that cancer is actually curable if detected and treated early.
As efforts continue to address the cancer crisis in Uganda, the call to action is clear. United, there can be a difference in the lives of those affected by this disease. According to Nixon, there has been a number of interventions by the Institute at Mulago to curb the virus down.
It is going to focus on what we're doing at the Mulago campus to address the challenge of cancer. And one, if you've been at the Cancer Institute Mulago, you know that we have significant numbers of patients. The Cancer Institute is currently a 149-bed hospital, and we are in the process of expanding this from 149 beds to 353 beds over the next 18 months. And the goal of this expansion is really to improve the patient spaces, but also to cater for every patient who comes to the Uganda Cancer Institute.
As Uganda Cancer Institute alone, we cannot educate all the people in Uganda about cancer. So what are we doing? We are strengthening the capacity of the district health facilities and the regional referrals in the country to be able to provide certain element of cancer services in their country.
Jane Nyuramchia, Dan Lugemwa for UBC News.
Business news now, and in a major breakthrough, accessing a Chinese visa in Uganda has become convenient with the recent opening of Visa Application Center at the Chinese Embassy. Now, over the past years, the absence of such a center had posed challenges for applicants, and today marks a positive turn with the newly opened facility, streamlining the visa application process.
The Chinese ambassador to Uganda foresees a boost in economic cooperation between Uganda and China, underscoring the shared advantages for both nations.
The opening of a visa center today marks a new level of the Chinese visa services in Uganda. Looking to the future, I have some expectations. First, I hope the related partners in the visa center will work closely and jointly manage the daily operations of the center in a spirit of win-win cooperation. Second, I hope the center will continue to improve the working capabilities and the services level. Third, I hope the center will respect and abide by the local laws and regulations while adhering to a people-oriented service concept.
The establishment of the Visa Center is expected to significantly reduce delays and uncertainties, providing a centralized hub for visa applications.
The center is really a significant
symbol to our culture and tradition between our two countries. Of course, I know there's a lot to learn. We, especially from immigration. How have they done it? How have they centralized? How have they trusted, Ugandans? Because some countries really hold on. This is like the gateway to the People's Republic of China.
The Commissioner of Immigration Control, Colonel Godfrey Kambere, says the center will reduce the number of people who have lost money to unscrupulous individuals claiming to help them travel to China.
One of the things we have been going through, I think this center is the agents. We deal with foreigners, but foreign nationals, one of the things they have got disturbing is the use of agents, where they are cheated, where they get these facilities expensively. But I think with this center, really, I think they will approach them and be helped.
The opening of the center is testament to ease access for Ugandans and promote collaboration.
Sports news now, and we begin with the Youth Power Awards, and an 9-year-old table tennis player Joseph Sebatindira has won the Uganda Sports Press Association Award for January 2024. Now, this comes after 2 gold medals he won in Qatar at the Youth Table Tennis Championship.
Sebatindira has been voted as the Uganda Sports Press Association spokesperson for the month of January 2024 after winning 2 gold medals in the under-11 and under-13 category at the World 2024 Youth Table Tennis Championship in Qatar last month. Joseph, who is currently preparing for the All-Africa Games that will happen in Ghana in the month of March 2024, becomes the youngest ever recipient of the award.
The young Sebatindira, in all aspects, in all forms, deserves his share of the goal at the moment because he has raised a standard that makes his attendance wherever he travels, wherever he goes, that makes his claim very rich and upgrades above everyone. His shoulders above the rest, and we believe that his remarkable feats deserve our best mention.
The cricket cranes who qualified for the T20 World Cup and boxer George Serunjoji won the November and December 2023 Sports Personality Awards respectively.
For the winners, we've brought together the winners from the month of November to January. We've elected members from a pool of 3 months so that we continuously trying to elevate them and show them to the public that indeed these were exceptional and deserve the high standards of recognition and acknowledgement.
The Uganda Sports Press Association has assemblies every month in which they vote for the most outstanding sports personality or team from Uganda in a particular month. Mashamira Victor, UBC News.
Now, Minister for ICT and National Guidance, Dr. Chris Baryomunsi, has reiterated government's commitment to develop sports and talent across the country. Dr. Baryomunsi was presiding over this year's edition of the Komboni League at Old Kampala SS. He urged school managers to safeguard sports facilities, as we hear in this story.
Old Kampala Senior Secondary School playground is among those sports facilities in Kampala which are about to be sold off. While officiating over this year's football 8th edition of Komboni League at this same venue, Minister of ICT and National Guidance, Dr. Chris Baryomunsi reiterated the need to preserve such facilities.
Issue of misusing and selling land where these playgrounds are is wrong and it's not supported by government policy. Rather, we appeal to schools and other institutions to make sure they find a space where we can have these playgrounds where our young people, both primary, secondary, and tertiary institutions can have sports, because it's not enough to just dwell on academics. It is also important that we promote sports.
According to Baryomunsi, this is backed by the Cabinet's decision of setting up regional sports grounds.
And recently in the Cabinet, we took a decision that we are going to build the stadia in all the zones, sub-regions of this country, say Acholi, Lango, West Nile, Chigezi, Ankole, so that we can promote sports.
He appeals to school owners to be lenient to learners and parents on school fees as school open up in this year's new calendar.
There have been those complaints from some of the teachers about issues of welfare, but those are being handled by the government. And also, like the president and the government have been insisting, we do not condone this issue of charging a lot of fees, high fees, by our schools, especially the government schools, because the intention of government is to enable our young people access affordable education.
The Comboni Corporate League Football Tournament started in 2018 to unite former learners and well-wishers to foster unity and development.
When we met as all the students, especially those who stay in Kampala or who are still studying from universities within Kampala, we formed an association called Bikosa, whereby one of the objectives is to unite ourselves and be one. And as one of the uniting factors, we chose football.
Robert Anyango, UBC News.
Basketball now, and reigning National Basketball League champion City Oilers has started its quest for a 10th record title with a commanding 73-38 victory over DMARC Power at the MTN Arena, Lugogo. The Oilers, playing in the white jersey, enjoyed the most in this game, with players like James Okello, who scored 18 points, Ivan Muhwezi and Fayed Bale impressive. For five-time champions DMARC Power, Samad Imran, Philip Amenyi and Isaac Afidra, who is featuring in his 24th Basketball League season, enjoyed brief spells of success in a game watched by a relatively small crowd. In the other games played, Kampala University lost to Nabisunsa 59-49. KIU Titans defeated Kampala Rockets 73-53. UCU Lady Cannons bettered YMCA Hamsters, and KCCA Panthers edged Livingston 57-53. Action continues on Wednesday with Magic Stormers playing KIU Rangers and City Oilers facing our saviour at the MTN Arena, Lugogo. And that story brings us to the end of this first edition of News Tonight here on UBC this Monday, the 5th day of February 2024. Thank you so much for having kept us company. On sign language, it is Elizabeth Nakakuni, and I am Rukidi Kiijanangoma, wishing you a blessed night. But our final edition tonight will come your way at 10 p.m. Good night. Babies.
UBC, inspiring Uganda.